Hello, my name is Daisy. I'll be giving a match analysis for Nigeria versus Tunisia in the AFCON. Nigeria, they are cooking. But anyway, let's head on with the first goal of the match. He has too much time and space to pull out this cross. Two players, but none of them unfortunately can do anything. And then we have one of the best strikers in the world that's not marked by anyone. One of the best strikers in world football. He might be playing for Galatasaray, but he's still a very good striker. And you've left him unmarked. And then he just goes in between the two. Boom. That's a lovely save. I don't know. Part of me feels like the goalkeeper can save this because do believe he can anticipate this. But anyway, there's another thing that I'd like to highlight before I even go there, which is the cross. All right, so this is Lookman. Lookman is all the way here. He can definitely go to pressure towards that because he can definitely deal with, I think that's Iwobi. Let's let this play forward. Lookman has all the time in the world. He should be rushing quicker. Quick enough to reach maybe here. It's here. Just on the line or slightly above the line. Sorry, slightly ahead of the line so that he doesn't rush in and gets beaten past so easily. Now look what Lookman does. He slows it down. He should immediately be going to pressure because um sorry, he should be getting more closer. He should not be allowing him this much space because Lookman is a very good player. He can put in a good ball. And you do not want to start dealing with aerial threats from players like Osimhen. He is also rushing back, so he can actually cover for him. Let's see. Let's look at how long Lookman has on the ball. Look at that. No attempt at all to block the cross. No attempt to push him wide. No attempt to do anything. Gives Lookman the time and space. And Osimhen, look at that leap. I mean, look at that leap. Look at that. Look at that. I don't know. Is it perpendicular? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even know what I can use to describe that. One of the best strikers in the world scores again. All right, let's head on to the next goal of the match. Corner. This is a clever set piece routine. Conga line. Like what England were doing in the 2018 World Cup. I don't know if anyone uses the conga line anymore. And then again, the usual zone marking where people are not marking anyone. I don't have a problem with this, but when they concede, and then you find that some of these players could have been spaced maybe somewhere here so as to prevent this from happening. And surprisingly, no one at the edge of the box. I really wonder why. Okay, cross comes in. Once again, it's Lookman, and as he's going to take it, people start splitting up. And look at that. He leaps alone. But this one, I do feel the goalkeeper should be getting this. I really do feel so. Look at where he is. And also, I think it's because he doesn't set himself early. This is Lookman taking the cross, right? The goalkeeper should be on his line. He should already be on his line. Why should he already be on his line? He should already be on his line so that if he sees that he's able to get that ball, he can rush. But in this case, it would be very dangerous because already there is a melee of players. There's about three players or a player, his own teammates are in his path, number one. And then there's this melee here that you have to get through. That's the second part. So that's just too much for a goalkeeper to go through. So he should have been on his line. So because he's not on his line, he goes forward, he realizes he can't get it, and then that's when he's setting himself up. And by the time the header has been taken, he's already gone back into position. He's not set, he's going back from being slightly ahead of the line to behind it and then planting his feet to stay steady. And because he's already planted, he can't get the leap he needs. I mean, you can tell when you know when someone when a goalkeeper hasn't dived properly. When he dives but he covers zero to no distance. Because look at this. Look at the header, which is uncontested again. Look at where he's standing and look at where the ball goes when it goes in. You see that? I do feel if he was on his line and said earlier, he would have definitely gotten to this. I may be wrong. If you do feel I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me in the comments. Look at this. He's not properly challenged because he's looking down. He's looking at the ball. That's a difference. And then there's no effort at all to, block him off or just to make the header difficult. And for this one, I do feel the goalkeeper could have gotten it. Anyhow, next goal, breakaway. Let's be honest, this is a 4 versus 3. 1, two, three, four. Oh, sorry, it's a 4v4. I thought I saw something else. He's not really in the game because he's behind the ball. All right, so already we've already seen this. There is this gigantic gap, and there is a purpose to it. I'm a fee. So it's either he went too high, and then again, it could be one of those where the midfielder loses possession. I'm not really sure what happens here, but there's a reason why you don't want to leave such gaps. The reason why you don't want to leave such gaps is that you don't want to encourage passes that move in between the two defenders or two players, because that is the easiest way to progress the ball in between two. So it's much more easier, and also it also discourages this angle, because if the ball goes like this, right, it goes in between the defenders, and it allows Osimhen to go from outside to in. But if you go and force the ball this side, it's most likely Osimhen can't really, get to, he can't really make that motion, and you can be slightly ahead of him such that you can force him to go towards either the corner flag or just this line here. That's one of the few problems there. I don't really know how they started, so I can't really mention too much. Lookman, you see, that's just a sign of a good player. Others would have taken a okay, maybe he could have, but I understand he's under pressure. I do like it. What I do like is that he notices the space. He also notices Lookman, who's been involved in like every goal for Nigeria. He realizes, you know what, let me pass it on to Lookman, but this part frustrates me the most because Lookman is coming, right? He can go closer. Close, he could go up to here just enough such that he can react if Lookman goes left or right, and then such that he can be closer to block the shot. Instead, look at what he does. He stops. I'm going to commend the defender because he probably did the right thing to go towards the goal. And then look at how much time Lookman has. The fact that almost a second passes and he's just standing there. A second in this case is a lot of time, especially in football. That's a lot. Maybe even like 2 seconds. Yeah, it's too much. He's not pressured. You give him all the time and space. At least put yourself there. Put your body in front. And then boom, scores. But this part really does frustrate me. Approach, pressure the ball. I don't care if he passes it to his teammate. As long as you do something to force him to take the ball, either pass it or just, miscontrol. As long as you force him to do something. Look at that. He just stands. Lookman goes past him. Lovely goal. All right, then let's go to the next goal of the match somewhere here. We can already tell what's happening, and I really do hate this defensive setup for set pieces because you can't really defend properly. Ball is coming this side, and if it's a type of set piece, sometimes you'll be running towards goal. You can't really. The only thing you can hope to do is either head it over your own bar or head it towards the side, which can be very difficult sometimes. And then you give the attacker all the advantage. You really do, because one touch could be a shoulder, a header, a flick with your leg, could be any of that, and it's in the goal. And you can't. I don't know. You can't really defend because if you're going to play if you're going to play the opponent's offside, it means everyone is going this way. So even in just defending, if you're going this way, you can't properly get your shoulder or use your body to block the player that will go ahead and head the ball and stuff. You can't do that. So it means now you're stuck with this, whereby you cannot block off the defender, and you don't most of the time don't even try to play offside people that play the sideline. He puts his hands up. So you've seen they're rushing. You want to play offside, but yet again you want to block off the person from running. It's not possible. And that look at that first contact. So let's assume this is the number 9. All right. So between these two players here, maybe I don't know. I think it's the number 3 that scores. No one, no one at all is marking him, and it starts from all the way behind. So this is a terrible setup. It's terrible. They're not trying to play offside. They're not trying to do anything, and that's why at least go number 3 there. He does 1, 2. Number 22 is in front of him. He can't even try to just run and jump. And let's look at the goalkeeper. Let's look at the goalkeeper. All right, goalkeeper. His legs are all right. He slips. He slips. He slips. That's why he doesn't catch that, because for me it's just way too close to the goalkeeper for him not to even like. All right, look at him. He rushes out. He should not even go. He should not even be going to attempt to rush for that ball because This is the header is okay. So like, this one is better. The header is taken somewhere here, and then if you look between the keeper and I mean between the keeper and the ball, there's so many bodies to go through. So even it would have been a terrible idea for him to come out, and then because he has to go back and plant himself, he slips, and so he doesn't get the necessary momentum, and the ball goes into the back of the net. If he just stayed where he was, he would have probably saved that. Hmm. Again. Anywho, let's get on to the next goal of the match. All right, so this was the penalty. All right, so both players are looking at the ball. He is trying to create some distance. I think he's trying to, I don't know, probably trying to defend or trying to maintain contact. Everything here is legal. Everyone's looking at the ball. All right, Tunisia player jumps. Okay, sorry, both of them jump, and then his arms out wide. Sorry, his hands are stretched out. To be honest, for me, I wouldn't. If I'm a ref, I wouldn't give this as a penalty. It's not deliberate, and I know not every penalty or handball has to be deliberate. It's a genuine play to get the ball, and then it's just unfortunate that it does hit his hand. Is this a natural position? Most likely no, because if you're jumping, your arms will most likely be by your side and not pushing your opponent. But he's also holding him, and then okay, because I just wouldn't give a penalty. Like I wouldn't. Maybe I'm a bad ref, but I just don't feel like because you could also, yeah. Because again, if you look at it, it goes behind, it gets past the Tunisia player, so it's most likely that he wouldn't be able. So he's behind the ball, so it's most likely that he won't be able to get to that ball or use it to use or like immediately get a goal scoring opportunity. And then, honestly, if it was me, I wouldn't give this as a penalty. And then another thing I'd like to note: offense is committed 82. Let's just say for the sake of clarity, 40 seconds. And then the final VAR decision is given. Sorry, not the final VAR decision, but the penalty is taken somewhere in the 86th minute. For me, that's too much time. That's about 4 minutes. And these are simple decisions. You have cameras, you have everything you need. They really need to put a clock on how long decisions take because this does ruin the momentum of the game. He's setting up to take the penalty. He goes and scores. Otherwise, entertaining match. Nigeria, 2 wins. They've practically already qualified, and we'll see what they'll do in the knockout stages. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Also, Hannibal, I think it's Hannibal. That is also playing in Tunisia, former Manchester United player. You know, we never forget the Reds. Otherwise, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe again. And goodbye.